Morning. Most of y'all saw the video. It's my most popular one that I did with Dewayne over at Dry Creek Wrangler School. No, I spent a whole summer with him, and in this video I'm going to tell you about how I met up with him, how I became his apprentice. Well, I was in college and I knew it just wasn't for me. You know, I was bored, hated the classes. I was good at it, but I didn't like the classes, and college just didn't suit me. So I took up butchering, and I did that for a while, just because I wanted to learn the trade. And good money, hard work, but satisfying work. Knowing that you're feeding people, and you're making their life better. And I think it was his video on handguns on horseback. Just because I'm a gun enthusiast, I love my firearms. And I was thinking about getting a horse at the time. I didn't know nothing about them. So I found that video, and he was in Colorado, I think. Colorado or Washington. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I started watching his channel, and was watching the videos as they came out, and I liked what I saw. So he made the move to Texas. After he made that move, I sent him an email out of the blue. Just cold emailed him and asked him, hey, would you be willing to take me on as an apprentice? I'm an Eagle Scout. I don't know much about horses, but I'm a hard worker. And he told me no. He wasn't in a position to do it. I said, okay. Well, a little while later, he put out a video saying he's going to start the school up. And he said that it was going to be in Pulaski, Tennessee. So I pulled it up on the map. Hey, that's only a couple hours from me. So I emailed again saying, hey, I'd like to come to the school as a student, but I'm also willing to come up and work for free to help you get set up on the weekends if you'll just, teach me a couple of things. They said, well, I ain't gonna turn down free work. So I went up there, and we met, ate lunch. I gave him my deposit for the school. And then I came back home, kept butchering, kept going to college, because I was already signed up for a second semester, so I went anyway. And a couple weeks later, I get a phone call, and it's Dewayne saying, hey, you still willing to come up and help? We're about to start fencing. It's finally dried up enough. I said, yeah, absolutely. So I went up there one Saturday. He told me, I asked what time. He told me to get there at 9 o'clock. Well, at 8:45, I pulled in the driveway, because that's just the kind of man I am. Now, if you ain't 15 minutes early, you're late. And I went and I worked. And I asked, you gonna need me next weekend? He said yes. So next weekend, I rolled around. I pulled back up there at 8:45, and that carried on for a few weeks. And then the topic of an apprenticeship was reached again. We talked, and he gave me a place to stay and fed me and taught me in exchange for work. And he was an excellent mentor. He's probably one of the best mentors I could ask for. He is the one that has formed my philosophy on horsemanship, how I'm going to do it, my philosophy going forward. And he's helped change the way I look at the world. because, you know, I've lived in Alabama my whole life, and I had a very closed view of the world. Now, I've been out and traveled. I've been to Mexico, Honduras, and so I've seen a little bit, been all over the Southeast. But by comparison to what he's seen, I ain't seen nothing. So his stories of going out and seeing the world and seeing all these different cultures, and you know, that's something I want to do, because I want to take in and learn from as many different people and as many different groups of people as I can. And just because it's not a formal education doesn't mean that it ain't powerful. So after I moved up to Pulaski at the end of May, and I stayed up through the end of November. And he did an excellent job of teaching me. Being able to interact with everybody from the school, that was just great. It helped me improve in a lot of different areas. Hey, buddy. Pardon the dog if he shows up in the background. But it showed me what I want to do with the rest of my life. You know, this is how I want to make my living. Because there's just a certain peace that comes with it that can't be described any other way. So, to close this out, all I'm going to say, find you a mentor. Find somebody you can look up to. Find somebody to learn from. You know, in whatever line of work that you're going into. I had a mentor when I was butchering, you know. His name was Mike. And so, you know, as long as I can remember, no matter what I've done, I've had a mentor, I've had someone to look up to, I've had something to strive for. I've had a goal. So, find somebody to learn from and learn everything you can. So, leave a like, leave a comment. If you got any questions, let me know. Subscribe if you haven't, cut the notification bell on. And this is Connor with the Life of a Drifter. Y'all have a good one.